In 1998, Twizzlers candy set the bar high with a licorice rope stretching 1,200 feet, almost as tall as the Empire State Building in New York City. Weighing over 100 pounds, this sweet creation set a Guinness World Record for the longest piece of licorice ever made. Watch this video to discover the incredible process of making Twizzlers inside the factory. Twizzlers candy is a fun, fruity treat that's been around for a long time and is something for everyone who loves chewy snacks. Twizzlers are often thought of as licorice candy, and they're made by Y&S Candies Incorporated based in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Twizzlers may look simple, but a lot goes into making these twisty treats. The key ingredients include cornstarch, corn syrup, enriched wheat flour, sugar, and various flavors. Depending on which type of Twizzler you enjoy, the ingredients can change slightly. For instance, strawberry-flavored Twizzlers contain citric acid, artificial flavoring, and red 40 to give them that signature red color. On the other hand, chocolate Twizzlers use cocoa powder and don't need any artificial coloring. Raspberry Twizzlers also rely on natural fruit concentrate for their flavor. The production of Twizzler candy is a fascinating journey that involves 5 main steps: cooking, cooling, extrusion, drying, and packaging. Among these, the extrusion process is especially important, not just because of its unusual name, but because it's the most energy-consuming part of making Twizzlers. Extrusion is where the candy gets its famous twist. Although cooking and drying also require significant energy, extrusion stands out as an area where improvements could make a big difference in reducing energy use. Let's talk about what actually happens during extrusion. The magic moment when Twizzlers get their iconic spiral shape. The process begins by mixing the ingredients into a dough-like consistency. This dough is then pushed through a machine with special nozzles that twist the candy as it moves along. While the exact design of these nozzles is a closely guarded secret, the result is the unmistakable twisted shape that Twizzler fans know and love. Furthermore, extrusion is a process in which heat, pressure, and mechanical force work together to cook and shape food products. It's a way of cooking ingredients while forming them into specific shapes, like the twists in Twizzlers or the kibble in pet food. This process happens inside an extruder, which acts like a pump and heat reactor. Originally, these machines used a single screw to push ingredients through, but today, most factories use twin-screw extruders. These machines have 2 screws that rotate inside a barrel with an 8-shape cross-section. As the screws turn, they push the mixture forward. At the end of the barrel, the 2 halves come together in a cone-like shape, where the candy or food is pressed through a die or a shape mold. This is how the food gets its final form, a candy twist or a pet food kibble. Once the dough is shaped, it is cut into smaller pieces and goes through the cooling phase. Cooling is critical because the candy must reach the right temperature before being packaged. Industrial cooling equipment is used to cool the candy rapidly in large-scale production. The cooling system typically involves conveyor belts and blowers that circulate air or water to extract the heat from the candy. This part of the process is essential for temperature control to ensure the candy remains fresh and doesn't become too soft or hard before packaging. After cooling, the next phase is drying. Twizzlers are loaded onto large trays and placed into drying tunnels for about 10 hours. During this time, the candy sits behind metal doors, where drying helps firm it up. This step is important because it gives Twizzlers that perfect, chewy texture that makes eating enjoyable. The drying phase also ensures the candy doesn't become sticky or overly soft, keeping it at the ideal consistency for snacking. Maintaining the right temperature throughout the process is crucial. The candy must be cooked to the right point and cooled at the proper speed to achieve the best texture. Cooking, extrusion, and drying are all energy-intensive steps. But the process has become more efficient with modern equipment and careful monitoring. Before we move on, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on more fascinating behind-the-scenes journeys. Once dried, Twizzlers move on to the final steps of production, cutting and packaging. Depending on the size and shape, the candy is cut into various lengths before being packaged into different sizes of bags or boxes. Some Twizzlers are packaged by hand, while others are handled by robots. Either way, every piece of Twizzler is carefully packed to ensure it arrives at the store in perfect condition. Twizzlers are available in various flavors and types to suit every candy lover's taste. From the classic strawberry flavor to chocolate and even the colorful rainbow twists, which offer 6 different flavors in one bag. There's something for everyone. The pull and peel variety is also a favorite, letting you tear apart the strands individually for an extra fun eating experience. Twizzlers aren't just popular for their taste and variety. They're also a go-to snack for movie lovers. If you've ever been to a theater, you've probably seen them on the concession stand alongside popcorn. Twizzlers have become a movie snack staple because they don't melt, spill, or make a mess, which makes them perfect for sharing while watching a film. They are the second most popular movie theater snack right after popcorn. Did you know the popularity of Twizzlers at the movies isn't a recent trend? They've been a concession stand favorite since they first appeared in theaters in the 1930s. Since then, the world has consumed over 1 million miles of Twizzlers, enough to circle the globe 45 times. That's a lot of candy twists. The quality of Twizzlers is carefully monitored at every step of the production process. Before the ingredients are even mixed, lab technicians evaluate them to ensure they meet specific standards. These tests check things like viscosity, pH levels, and overall appearance. Once the candy is made, its texture, color, and flavor are compared to a standard sample to ensure it meets the high-quality standards that Twizzler fans expect. Twizzler candy comes from one of the oldest confectionery companies in the United States, with a rich history dating back to 1845. The company was founded as Young and Smiley, which adopted the Y&S trademark in 1870. In 1902, the Young and Smiley merged with other small firms, SV and FP Shooter and HW Petherbridge, to form the National Licorice Company. This collaboration began a legacy that would produce some of the most beloved candy in the country. By 1929, the iconic Twizzler brand was born, quickly capturing the hearts of candy lovers everywhere. In 1968, the company was renamed Y&S Candies Incorporated, and it continued to grow and innovate in the candy-making industry. In 1977, Y&S Candies were acquired by Hershey Foods Corporation, a significant milestone that allowed Twizzlers to reach an even larger audience. By January 1982, Y&S Candies fully merged into the Hershey family, further solidifying its place in candy history. Initially, Twizzlers was produced in Farmington, New Mexico. However, in 1999, the manufacturing operations moved to Memphis, Tennessee, and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. This shift was largely due to rising transportation costs, which made producing Twizzlers closer to their key markets more efficient. In Lancaster, an impressive feat was accomplished in 1998 when the Y&S candy plant set a Guinness World Record by creating the longest licorice twist ever made. This monumental candy measured 1,200 feet long and weighed an astounding 100 pounds. Twizzlers also have a delightful sibling called Nibs, small, bite-sized pieces of licorice that provide a different texture and flavor experience. The term nibs has long been used in the confectionery industry to describe small pieces of candy, borrowing from the cacao nibs from cocoa beans. However, the exact introduction date of Nibs by Y&S is unclear. Some believe it may have been in the 1930s, shortly after Twizzlers were launched. Despite Y&S selling nearly 50 million pounds of licorice products annually by 1975, the company recognized the need to differentiate Twizzlers from Nibs. They turned to a Madison Avenue advertising firm to promote each product separately to achieve this. This strategic move helped solidify Twizzlers as a standout candy, loved by many, while allowing Nibs to carve out their own niche in the market. Today, Twizzlers and Nibs continue to delight candy lovers worldwide, showcasing a rich history of innovation and quality that spans over a century. Twizzlers are keeping up with trends by expanding their product range, offering various flavors and healthier options, like lower sugar and gluten-free choices. Their innovative marketing, including partnerships with popular culture and seasonal promotions, has helped boost brand awareness. In conclusion, the production of Twizzlers is a carefully designed process that involves multiple steps, each contributing to the final product. From cooking and extrusion to cooling, drying, and packaging, every phase is essential to creating the perfect twist. Whether you're a fan of the classic strawberry flavor or one of the many other varieties, there's no denying that Twizzlers are an all-time favorite candy enjoyed by people everywhere. So, what part of the process did you find the most interesting? Let us know in the comments below. And before you leave, remember to hit like and subscribe to the channel.